oh, you're gonna be pretty hot today. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, we're outside all day. This is summer. I started in July.
Let me preface this by saying that I'm a huge Eugene fan. I love his artistry, his talent. You can imagine how nervous I was when he came up to me, tapped me on the shoulder and was like, hey Sheila, I heard that you are really into like rock bands and that you have like rock band t-shirts. And I was like, the only band I know is the Jonas Brothers and I don't own any rock shirts. In my mind I was saying this, but what came out was like, yeah, totally, I have so many rock shirts. And he's like, oh great, just bring it for my Generations Throughout History shoot. And that'll be perfect. I was like, oh, but it's like in a small, so I think like, I don't think it'll fit you. He's like, I'll squeeze, it's fine. So then I literally panicked, went to Urban Outfitters, bought a $39.99 shirt, and sprayed my perfume all over it to make it seem like I wore it. And then I wrinkled it. And then the next day, the day of his shoot, I like handed him the shirt. I was like, hey, sorry, it's a little wrinkly, but like, hope this works. He's like, yeah, it's fine. And then he wore the shirt on set, so it all worked out. I don't think till this day he knows how much I fangirled over him, but I was super, super nervous the whole time. And at least it made the thumbnail, so I think it was all worth it.
What's up guys, I'm Zach Evans. I'm a former video producer that used to work here at BuzzFeed, and I'm back. And I'm here to tell you guys the craziest things that ever happened to me at BuzzFeed when I was a fellow at BuzzFeed. My very first video was for Eugene. First off thing, all right? When I interviewed for the internship, right when I walked into BuzzFeed, for some reason my eyes darted to Eugene because he's just this guy just walked past me with like really cool hair and I was like, that guy seems pretty cool. The next video I worked on was Disney princesses in real life, which is still a video that did crazy numbers. Like I remember refreshing it when the video came out and it was going up by like 700,000 views like every time I was clicking refresh. It was nuts. First time I do that, I just think that I didn't get like a call sheet from him, which is off-brand, by the way. And I'm like dressing up, I'm like wearing black jeans, I was wearing boots, button-up shirt. I show up and he's wearing a tank top and shorts. And he goes, oh, you're gonna be pretty hot today. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, we're outside all day. This is summer, I started in July. First thing we do is go to Runyon Canyon, which is a big hiking like mountain trail in LA. And we hike up almost to the top and we're outside for like 3 hours. We're shooting this Snow White scene. And I'm just sweating and dying. And it's like one of those things where you get to the top and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, do we have that lens? Zach, the lens is in the car. A mile half away. Go get it. And obviously I'm happy to just be there and it was a really cool experience and it's like a scripted video, which is something I was really interested in. And then from there we went to the beach and also shot. And I remember my face was so sunburned, but then everything else was just like white as day because I was just like completely covered up. And then that video came out. I don't even know how many views it has. It's got the most views for a scripted thing I think we've ever done. Eugene was just so prepared, he was so on it, and I just thought like, oh, this is it. And then I think my next video was like a taste test where I just had to run sound and it was over in 2 hours, and I was like, what? This is the same job? You know, when I was an intern, all the people that I looked up with, it was really cool being able to get the job and them turn into your peers. All right, guys, that's it for my crazy BuzzFeed story. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Zach Evans. That's Zach with a K, not like how Kornfeld spells it with an H, which is wrong.